When I'm feeling overwhelmed, I remind myself that there are people who have done far more with far less. This gives me perspective. Perspective is one of those things that really helps you through really tough moments. And one of the things I've always worked very hard at doing when I'm really in it, when you're overwhelmed and you think, damn, I don't know if I can get to the other side. And this is just a really crappy week or month and, one thing after the other is happening. I realize that there have been plenty of people that have been far more disadvantaged than I have who've made this happen for themselves. And that really gives me so much strength and so much kind of internal joy that I'm like, you know what, I can do this. These people have done it with far less. And so one of the things I can tell you from my own experience is that perspective is an incredible gift you give yourself. There are people who have it far worse than you do. No matter how bad you have it, you can always find somebody who's really struggling far more than you are. And really giving yourself some perspective and taking a step back and saying, hard though this is, there are people who are really struggling. So I just am going to share a really personal story with you. When I was going through my divorce, it happened to be during 9/11. And people would always say to me when I told them that I was going through a divorce, that's horrible. Your kids are so young and this is terrible and I feel terrible for you. And my response was always the same. And my response was, my children have a mother and father that loves them deeply and actually will be friends and care about each other enough to really maintain the integrity of our family. We are actually incredibly lucky. And the reason I gave that response is because we were in the midst of 9/11, and what I knew was that there were going to be children without mothers and without fathers. And really, in the larger scheme of life, this struggle that I was going through was quite small. And so it's not that I want to invalidate any struggle you have. I just want you to know that perspective is an incredible gift. And so really use that as a practice. When you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself or you feel really hopeless, know that there are other people who have larger struggles and you're strong enough and you have access to resources. And we have a wonderful community that is both willing and able to support you through this process. So keep that in mind. And in the next week or so, think about, how you go through struggle. And really, if you can step outside of that a little bit, give yourself a little bit of perspective, and it will transform the way you move through your life.